Have you ever stopped to think that every single day you are broadcasting a secret code? Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're decoding the secret code of body language. We usually think of communication strictly as the words we carefully choose to say. But actually, our everyday automatic physical movements act as this incredibly powerful subconscious code that reveals exactly who we truly are to the rest of the world. So I want you to do something for me right now. Just freeze right where you are. Seriously, don't adjust anything. Just take a quick look at yourself. What is your body saying about you right this exact second? Think about what your current posture is broadcasting to everyone around you, way before you even utter a single word. Are you slouched over? Are your legs crossed? It's pretty fascinating because we rarely ever think about it, but man, it speaks volumes. The absolute crucial point here is this. Our automatic behaviors reveal hidden subconscious traits. How we naturally move, stand, sit, and talk, they aren't just random physical habits we picked up. They're unfiltered, direct reflections of our core personality and our current internal emotional state. Sure, our conscious mind is totally in control of our vocabulary, but it's our subconscious mind that's actually driving the vehicle of our body. To really grasp this, we need a roadmap. So here's what we're going to cover today. First, the hidden language of movement. Then, what your walk reveals. Third, the psychology of standing. Fourth, the subconscious secrets of sitting. And finally, the speed and style of speech. The body speaks a fascinating encrypted language, and what we're basically going to do today is translate that language in real time.
All right, part 1, the hidden language of movement, subconscious tells.
Moving right along to part 2, what your walk reveals. Pace and personality. Walking is such an automatic behavior, right? Most of us do it without a second thought. But the very way we propel ourselves through the world automatically broadcasts our energy levels and our deepest traits to literally anyone paying attention. Just look at the sheer contrast here. When you see someone zooming by, they're typically high energy, conscientious, outgoing, and super goal-oriented. They're moving with this swift, purposeful pace that signals extremely low anxiety, mainly because they know exactly where they're going and they want to get there right now. But then, contrast that with our head down or slow walkers. If you see someone walking slowly, gazing down at the ground, well, they are often much more introspective. They tend to be quiet, perhaps a bit anxious, or maybe they're actively struggling with past emotions. It's like they're moving inward mentally just as much as they're moving forward physically. And we see plenty of other distinct styles out on the sidewalk every single day. Take large stride walkers, for example. They take up space. Those big steps and high-energy gaits signal supreme confidence and a forward-thinking, sometimes dominating personality. Then we have the thinking walkers. You know the type. They look completely lost in thought, totally detached from their surroundings, often appearing very artistic or like they're living in a daydream. And finally, there are relaxed walkers. A nice, loose, comfortable gait suggests a friendly, highly approachable, and delightfully unconcerned nature. Section 3, the psychology of standing, planting your feet. Now we're moving from motion to a stationary posture, and believe it or not, the precise way we plant our feet when we stop moving is a direct map of our comfort and our perceived authority in any given environment. Standing with your legs wide apart screams confidence. It's highly authoritative, assertive, and direct. Now, if you have one leg forward, you're goal-oriented, energetic, and literally ready to step into new opportunities. But what if your legs are crossed while you're standing? Well, that actually signals a reserved, introspective individual who highly values security and prefers observing the room over leading it. And finally, if your legs are strictly parallel, it suggests a beautifully balanced, diplomatic, and polite individual who really values order. It's amazing how much the simple placement of our feet gives away, right?
Which brings us to Section 4, subconscious secrets of sitting, hidden emotional tells.
Think about it. We spend so much of our days sitting down at desks, in meetings, or just chilling on the couch. Our leg positions while seated are actually subconsciously controlled barometers. They constantly measure and display our emotional defensiveness or our absolute comfort in a room. If you sit with your knees straight, you're indicating a rational, intelligent, and organized nature. You're probably incredibly punctual too. Now, knees apart is a really fascinating one. On the surface, this wide stance can look a bit arrogant or chaotic, but it actually often reflects a hidden perfectionist who is deeply anxious and constantly worried about things going wrong. So they naturally take up space to compensate. Then we have crossed legs, which often points to creative, imaginative, and artistic individuals who might also be a bit reserved or guarded. And lastly, ankles crossed. This suggests an elegant, regal, and down-to-earth personality who is totally comfortable just waiting for results. And all of this builds to a very specific, highly dominant variation of sitting, the figure 4 or leg lock. If you cross your ankle over your opposite knee, you're engaging in a classic power pose. This specific arrangement is basically the ultimate marker of dominance in a seated environment. It reflects a deeply confident, highly competitive, and even argumentative nature, but one that is fundamentally secure in itself. You literally see this in boardrooms all the time.
All right, our final area, section 5, speed and style of speech, active engagement.
Shifting away from our limbs to our active communication, the actual speed and physical expressiveness of our talking style perfectly mirrors our internal ambition and emotional engagement. Like, if you are a fast talker, you're enthusiastically blasting through information. You're showing off your high energy, ambitious, and frankly, sometimes impatient nature because you just want to get to the point right away. But if you engage in slow, deliberate talking, you indicate a calm, thoughtful, and deeply analytical personality. And accompanying these speaking speeds are expressive gestures. High hand and body movements while speaking indicate an incredibly open, enthusiastic, and extroverted person who brings their entire body into the conversation. So we've decoded the secret language, the walks, the stances, the seated power poses, and the pace of our speech, which brings us to our final thought. The next time you walk into a room, what will your body say before you do? Now that you know the code, you have a whole new level of self-awareness. Are you going to project confidence with a large stride, comfort with crossed ankles, or maybe intense focus with a deliberate speaking pace? The choice and the secret code is now absolutely yours to command. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I really hope you enjoyed learning about the hidden language you speak every single day.